Hello student, we have already discussed about the diameters of the diameters in the obstetric, and today we are going to discuss about the physiology of normal labor. One diameter basically left in the last video, which was submentopragmatic diameter, and this is measured from below the chin up to the bregma up to the anterior fontanelle. It is short about 9.5 centimeter, and when it means that the head is in the extended in hyper extended form, and when this diameter is present, it means there is face presentation. And In face presentation, vaginal delivery is possible only if the chin is if the if the chin is in relation with the symphysis pubis. If the chin is in relation with the symphysis pubis, that is then only then the vaginal delivery is possible, and this extended form result in face presentation. Now coming towards our topic, which was the physiology of normal labor. So in the cervix is basically kept close and firm by the collagen, fibronectin, and dermatin sulfate during the period of pregnancy. Before the labor, the cervix is basically kept close and firm by the collagen, fibronectin, and dermatin sulfate. At the onset of labor, prostaglandin releases, and prostaglandin increase the proteolytic activity, decrease the collagen, and the dermatin sulfate is replaced by the hyaluronic acid. And as a result of these changes and prostaglandin, cervical ripening and effacement occur. Cervical dilatation and effacement occur. Effacement is basically the shortening of the cervix, and ripening is the dilatation of the cervix. The hormones which keep the pregnancy and maintain the uterus in the relaxed palm before the onset of labor are progesterone level. When the progesterone level in the body is high, it maintain the uterus in the relaxed palm and maintain the pregnancy in the body, while if the estrogen level get high in the body, it result in uterine contraction, and the onset of labor thus start. So before the onset of labor, the estrogen level in the body will be less, whereas the estrogen level will be less, but the level will be high. At the time of onset of labor, the progesterone receptor decreases and estrogen receptor increases, due to which the uterine contractions start and result in the onset of labor. As well as at the time of onset of labor, prostaglandin releases and oxytocin releases, and this prostaglandin increase the influx of the calcium in the intracellular compartment, and this calcium is responsible for the interaction of the actin and myosin filament, and these actin and myosin filaments are basically present in the muscle of the uterus. In the muscle of the uterus, there are filaments called actin and myosin, and they interact with each other when there is high intracellular calcium, and intracellular calcium level get high because of the prostaglandin and oxytocin, and when they interact, it result in contraction of the uterus. But in between contraction, they get separate, and the uterus relax. Why the uterus relax in between contraction? This is necessary to prevent fetal hypoxia, because during contraction, blood supply to the placenta decreases and blood supply to the fetus also decreases, due to which the fetus undergo hypoxia. So the separation of the actin and myosin after the contraction is necessary. There should be minimum 1 contraction every 10 minutes and maximum 3 to 4 contraction every 10 minutes. And after that contraction, they should separate, and the uterus should relax, and this process, the separation and relaxation process, is called the retraction. And this process of contraction and retraction occur more in the upper segment of the uterus and less in the lower segment of the uterus. Thus the filaments in the upper segment of the uterus are shortened, and the upper segment of the uterus is basically in actively contracted palm, while the lower segment of the uterus is more stretched. Due to stretching of the lower segment of the uterus, the effacement or the shortening of the cervix occur. Now, other hormones which are responsible for the onset of labor are from the placenta, the cortisol releasing hormone releases, and cortisol releasing hormone potentiate the effect of prostaglandin and oxytocin. Cortisol releasing hormone potentiate the effect of prostaglandin and oxytocin and thus cause contraction of the uterus, as well as this hormone directly affect the uterus and cause its contraction. From the fetal pituitary, oxytocin release and oxytocin increase the contraction of the uterus. From the fetal adrenal gland, cortisol release and cortisol cause the conversion of progesterone. Cortisol cause the conversion of progesterone into estrogen, and this estrogen is basically responsible for the contraction of the uterus. And all these hormones and all these result in the contraction of the uterus and onset of labor. Thus, the hormone which play in the contraction of the which play a role in the contraction of the uterus include cortisol releasing hormone from the placenta, oxytocin and progesterone from oxytocin and prostaglandin, and from the fetal adrenal cortisol, and from the fetal pituitary oxytocin. These all are responsible for the contraction and for the onset of labor. Thank you. If you people are liking my video, please subscribe to my channel and share my videos.